Okay, switching over to the game.
So, I'll do the first introduction. Down in the bottom right, we have the red Protoss coming from Australia, AngelineTammi.
That's good. Wait, can I view your
Yeah, I
You're
think if you
observing.
select 3 or 4 on the standard keyboard, you'll follow my view.
Alright, awesome. I think Ichigo's from America, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so spawning in the top left, we have none other than the beautiful blue Terran, Ichigo, Chibi Ichigo, going by only Ichigo this game.
Okay, so we have double gas from Angeline, which I don't know. I think it's not that uncommon, but it is a bit on the techie path, and he's sending an early probe out, which, if I know her right, is for proxy void rays.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a wild guess. It's gonna be proxy void ray, it's gonna be proxy tempest, proxy, probably not carrier, but proxy something is what it looks like. Especially with the second probe going out too, indicating she's gonna fake a scout.
Oh yeah. So for proxy void Stargate though. Oh yeah. I thought the first probe was a bit far away, but now I see where the pylon is going down, and that's way more on par on where she usually places.
Yeah. That's really good positioning. So she evaded a potential Reaper scout. I mean, it would be too early for a Reaper, but.
And she gets lucky getting in with the scouting probe, or perhaps it was a trap, because that probe is not getting out.
True. That might be a dead probe that never leaves that base. But of course, we have the second probe on the map. So.
Yeah.
Well, how much? Okay, yeah, she's waiting in the Stargate now. We see it being rallied. But luckily, I mean, for Ichigo, she did go the double gas route, so she will have enough gas to go straight into a factory, which is what she's doing. So if she's done her homework, then she'll know to make a Cyclone first, go into a Viking, maybe evacuate the space entirely if it gets to that point.
Yeah, and she gets the probe, so... I think Angeline is quite used to that, though.
She knew! She knew!
I'm assuming there will be a second probe there pretty soon to build more shield batteries.
Yeah, there's a probe that's on the way. Does she need more shield batteries than that? I know a lot of players like Hearthstone have videos encouraging Protoss players to do this to their Terran brethren. But do they really need more shield batteries than 2?
For a long pressure, yes, they do, or need. But I've seen them use so many shield batteries, and with a shield battery there, a single probe could actually shoot off a Reaper.
Oh, that's so true. Wow, I haven't busted up my Terran for a little bit, so thankfully I haven't had to play against this since.
So we have a Cyclone coming out with the log. I don't know what this what the Cyclone upgrade is, but I'm assuming it's range.
Yeah, I guess range. Like lockdown range, yeah.
And it does out DPS the shield batteries, but not by much. But now she also has a turret there, so...
Does Ichigo have enough money for another Cyclone?
Let's see here.
Oh no, she doesn't have the minerals. Her minerals are going to repairing and going to the turret.
Yeah, she's low.
But the shield batteries, they're already drained. But there's more. There's always more.
Yeah.
These void rays are really low though, and I don't know if we have Tempest. No, there's no Tempest on the way. There's nothing in the base to indicate that.
No, I don't think there's a fleet beacon either.
No.
Not yet.
It's almost done. Where is it? Am I just noticed a shield? Wow, shield batteries look like beacons.
In the production tab, yes.
Yeah.
So they have practiced against each other, and Angeline said that Chibi has really hard time with the proxy void rays. But also, I was sort of thinking that Chibi had figured something out to do versus this. But It's so hard. You kind of need to pull away from the batteries in order to.
Wow, one void going down. Yeah, I agree. Like, how do you bait them away from their batteries, right? And the batteries that are in the Terran's third, they're already full capacity again.
Oh yeah, they regenerate energy quite fast, and there are more and more coming up, and also more void rays. So, I don't know really what you do in a situation like this. I assume if you ask a pro, it's don't get in a situation like that.
That's always the answer, isn't it? Just don't be in it. Why did you let them build like 50 battle cruisers? Why didn't you attack? I know that at the start of Legacy of the Void, the answer, honest to God, was lift your CC and go somewhere else where the shield batteries aren't. I still feel like piping. I still feel like that might be the play here, although it might be a bit late for that without a second CC on the way. This new Cyclone's doing damage. The old Cyclone's still being repaired though, but I think if Ichigo uses both Cyclones.
Oh crap! I forgot. You see the message from Angeline? We're supposed to play on NA West, and we're playing on NA East.
Sabotage.
That's totally my fault. I forgot I don't know how to switch between the NA servers. So next time I'll let you host if you know how to do the.
I'm not entirely sure.
And
I like how. So if anyone doesn't know, so I'm currently stuck in Manchester, but I'm usually on the East Coast. You're more east than I am in Europe.
Yeah.
Although people from the UK will be mad that I just said the UK is Europe. Ichigo's in California, and then Angie is in Australia.
West Australia.
West Australia.
So as far away from the US as she can be on that continent. I think she might actually be pulling this off anyways, so there probably won't be any need for re-hosting or cancelling the results of this game, but still I feel very bad.
Whoever loses, play on that person's server preference.
Yeah, true, we'll do it that way, and if it turns into a decider match, we'll make sure that one is on NA West.
Ichigo, she did end up starting the second CC, so I mean that'll be useful for making a new home for herself away from the shield batteries. Like that really might be the play because her cyclo micro's on point. She's able to shut down the void rays. She just gets into trouble, of course, when the void rays fly back to their 20 shield batteries.
Yeah, and now the fleet beacon has started.
Oh, now we have the real fleet. It looks exactly like a shield battery. Is it?
That is definitely a fleet beacon.
Yeah, that's actually the fleet beacon this time.
Yeah.
I wish there was an Artosis pylon, but I don't think... Or I guess in the main? Yeah, I guess technically in the main there is an Artosis pylon.
True, but it doesn't power anything that she's using.
No, there's no warp gate.
And we have an expansion going down for her as well. Chibi's hasn't landed yet, but Chibi has a problem of getting her SCVs out. She has no medivacs right now, and...
Yeah, that's right, she didn't load SCVs into the CC before she picked it up. I'm gonna guess she meant to, because it's not in orbital already. Yeah. But she saved up for mule energy in her main, so that was smart. She'll be able to mule the new base without wasting the minerals in the main that she can only use for so much longer. Besides, they're doing work. It just seems like, you know, for every one step forward with taking down the shield battery, you go 2 steps back because 2 more appear.
True, but we have a bit of a stalemate around Chibi's main right now.
The Tempest being added, that's maybe the final nail in the coffin.
As soon as she gets 2 or 3, she will have no trouble getting these 7, 8 turrets down. But until then, she's going to have to use her Void Rays and her single Tempest to fend off the Cyclones. I would probably think of as facing a few other vehicles also. I mean, a siege tank could stay out of the void ray range and sort of pummel a few of the shield batteries. I
Could
guess.
you imagine if shield batteries repaired other shield batteries?
They can, but they need to be manually instructed to do it.
Wait, they can?
Yeah, they can. They can repair shields of anything, as long. But only units are auto repaired.
Oh, but these are auto repair. Wow. So I've just been playing against ladder heroes that don't manually target. Oh my god.
So they can definitely keep each other alive as well.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, so how is the income and mining going here? It's going quite well now. Chibi's income is doubling that of Angie's.
Yeah, I don't know. Does Chibi has enough gas banks? She doesn't have to throw down new turrets. I don't think Angie has scouted the new base for Chibi.
No,
she seems pretty focused on the first base.
Yeah, she hasn't. But
she also doesn't have any new production buildings, so her cyclones are going to be stuck here until she gets them out.
Yeah, and it's a slow push. It's a very slow push.
Slow and methodical, like Protoss mech.
And also, it'll basically be impossible to get out with any vehicle. She's walled in by these shield batteries.
I guess she should start working away at the turrets, but I think the real play is to leave a probe at every one of the expansions. Okay, yeah. She's gonna use probably Immortals to take down the turrets.
I mean, sooner or later she's got to figure out that something is amiss. And Chibi should probably try to build a few production buildings out at the expansion, either just to fool Angie into thinking that she's getting the entire base, rather than floating the buildings away.
I guess actually the robo's for an observer so that she can use the Tempest with the full range capacity.
But I'm not sure if that's... I mean, all the turrets would still limit where you could place the observer. But now she's almost one-shotting the turrets, so they're kind of short-lived now.
I was today years old when I learned how many turrets it takes, or how many Tempests it takes to take out a turret.
You were what?
Today years old when I learned how many Tempests it takes to take out a turret.
I still don't know exactly the number. I see there's enough at 6 or 5.
Do you find, so I have a couple of troubles with StarCraft noises these days. I find Tempests are insanely loud, and I find Cyclones make this like really high-pitched sound that my boomer ears can't handle.
Oh. To me, the Tempests are high-pitched. I don't even hear me.
Oh no. You've already lost the hertz required to hear the Cyclone, yeah. The Tempests are so loud.
Compared to everything else, yes.
Thankfully the batteries don't make noises.
Yeah, the batteries do make noises.
Wait, they do?
Yeah, that's also kind of a high-pitched noise. When they recharge something else, they...
Oh, yeah, but not like while they're sitting there swirling.
No.
Okay, it seems like every... Oh wow, yeah, it seems like every attacking unit has fallen now for Chibi.
Yeah, she has nothing left basically, and I'm not sure I agree with the building of the second factory in the main base. If she sends these SCVs to her other base, she'll reveal her second base too early, before she has defensive setup for it. So is she gonna send these to like a faraway base? I don't know. I actually don't.
Yeah, I think she's buying time with these SCVs.
It definitely is. I think she's gonna try to attack
the boys. Instead of pulling the boys, she's running with the boys.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, I thought she was going to attack the
Her
main...
other base? Yeah.
Just as a further distraction.
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
we have Angie spreading out her Tempest to look for hidden bases or just look for the SCVs. Still though, she's so close to the expo, but hasn't found it.
And she's
So this
building
might
carriers
be-
as well. And
This
that...
might be the saving grace.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
is
saving
that
grace
carrier
for
on
who?
this book?
And
Oh yeah, the SCVs, they are attacking the probes.
And then we have a recall of a few Tempests. Tempests don't kill probes very fast though, even though they do one-shot them. But now, let's see here. So Chibi has a worker supply lead of 10. But since not all workers are mining, but then again they're not for... They're quite inefficient in Angeline's main base. 12 out of 2.
So, Angeline, she should know right now that there's another base, since Ichigo's not being revealed, even though the CC was killed.
It wasn't. It's up in the corner. So she
Oh, so she doesn't see
she
that.
can't be certain of it, but I mean...
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think anyone would continue like this unless they thought they had a chance to win. So that should be a kickoff. And oh my god, she's so close with the Tempest now.
She's gonna snipe her bases. Since Recall's already been used, she's gonna try and snipe all of her buildings. Like with the landed Vikings.
Oh!
That's a lot of probes going down.
True, true.
I don't know if this is enough Vikings to take on Angie's army, but it might be enough Vikings to kill her base.
Yeah, so Angie has sent her probes away, and they have enough money to build 2 Nexi if she wants to do that.
Yeah. Oh, right, and she still has to kill all the shield batteries.
Yeah, so I think Chibi is... did you look at the 9 o'clock base?
Yeah.
So that's
how awkward.
revealed. But Chibi can't afford another base, and she has lost her... She has lost one of her command centers. She has her orbital back.
If she drops a mule, she'll be 1. No, she can't afford a base. If she drops 1 mule on that mineral patch.
Yeah, she'll be at, what, 409?
Yeah, barely. Oh my god.
But she would also need to save, make sure she doesn't lose SCVs, but this base race, I would say, is over, and she didn't really need to drop 2 mules for that.
No, I think only 1 mule would have been enough for that. Okay, well the 2 armies are about to collide. Again, I'm not sure that's enough Vikings.
It's not even close. She would have had to target fire, I think, the carriers first. And there we have the GG. Very intense.
It's funny how like proxy cheeses will turn on to the longest, most tryhard games ever. With like bases all over the map, complete base swaps. You would think it would just be, like I proxy, the game's over, but no, that was a 20-minute game.
Yeah. So we're ready to start the countdown. And for our second match, and it's match point for Angeline.
Yeah, this is the best of 3. Angie, her in-game name is Work, if anyone's confused. And then we have Ichigo, using the name Ichigo.
Yeah, all clan Chibi. So.
Yeah, does she prefer Chibi or Ichigo?
I think Chibi actually as a name, and
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
but since she used that as a clan name for it to be in chronological order in the when it's read with the clan name, that's why she uses Ichigo as
Oh.
a name.
Well, speaking of her, she's our Terran in the top right. We'll see what she pulls off this game. Last game, she went for the double gas geyser barracks. Maybe she'll do a fast expo on this map.
Okay, and in the bottom left we have our blue Protoss, Angeline, and she has started with a gateway and a very early scout. So let's see what she's going to do with that, if she's going to get to any mischief. Chibi, not wanting to wait for a possible gas steal, makes sure she builds a gas refinery there.
Yeah, the 18 gas, that's pretty early. This makes me think there won't be a proxy because of the scout was so early. I think that, you know, Angie just wants to make sure she knows exactly what's going on so that this time she can play a bit more reactively.
Perhaps she has something that she actually can send out later. But she has only sent out one probe, so it's not very early aggression. And perhaps since her ping is low, she thinks I can do something that's more intensive and looks better, hopefully. Not that that came out very wrong. I'm dropping that. So let's see here. We have cybernetics core finished. So with the stalker coming out, let's see what the tech choice will be. She should be ready for it soon. And an initial Reaper going to look for the proxy void rays. Oh, nothing there. And we have... Oh, she saw an early expansion with her SCD scout. Or early... pretty early expansion. And the Reaper goes back home. And what do we have here? A forge coming up. So the forge isn't for a cannon rush, since it's definitely too late for that. And yeah, I feel like this is a bit of a confused build right now. Though we have our... Do we have more Widow Mines coming in? Yes, one at a time. So... Just because I've seen Chibi play a bit, I'm going to guess this is a 3 Widow Mine drop.
Sorry, I was using the wrong push to talk button.
No problem.
I don't want to talk about it. Muscle memory.
As long as it's you and not me, because if I press the wrong button, they won't hear either of us.
Oh yeah, that's true. Alright, I'm in the clear then. Yeah, so it looks like a Widow Mine drop coming out from Chibi, and then she has the armory so that the, Yeah, my stream's like talking over co-caster. It's because I was using the push to talk. Yeah, the armory is so that the mines stay hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it'll be... I thought it would be Blink, but now that there's an Immortal, I'm not sure what's real anymore.
And then comes the Robo Base, so Disruptors or Colossus. Or perhaps it's just Warp Prism Speed. I don't think so, but I like to keep my options open.
So, I mean, Chibi's gonna have to do a good deal of damage here because she has a Thor.
A Thor?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what the armory was really for.
Okay, are those... Oh, so the Widow Mines are in range of... No, there's also a Observer, so...
Yeah, and she already has the Observer ready for this. She didn't lose many probes. She maybe lost, like, 3 at most, it seems?
Let's see here. How is that? Are workers killed? 2 by Chibi.
Yeah, so 2 workers killed, but maybe the Widowmine drop was just a distraction from the real drop.
I think I missed that,
Oh.
but
We're going for an all-in. Okay, we have a bunch of SCVs that are going to be repairing the store that's moving out with the Marines. The Marines don't have stim, but you know they're still there, so it's just the Thor. There
it's
is an
not.
expansion behind this for Chibi too, so it's not a complete all-in. Terran's always able to sacrifice a few SCVs because they have mules, so they can kind of do a pull, get some damage done, and then expand behind it.
Yeah, but the SCVs kind of need to wait for the rest of the army now.
Yeah, the SCVs are kind of like they're a bit early. The Widowmine was a bit early too. The Colossus picked it off.
And we have
That's
a Liberator.
okay though. There's max 3 units, not including the Observer. But there's also 2 shield batteries, so we'll have to see how this works out.
Yeah, with the overcharge. But she could have gotten there a bit sooner had she. I hate myself for doing this, like saying this is how you could improve when I'm not even near to the skill level. But she could have picked up the Thor earlier and just flown it to the attack point. But
alright,
so this
seems like Chibi's not sure how she wants to engage this. She's waiting for the shield battery to calm down.
Right.
Oh, the second Thor, right. Okay,
they're not attacking, they're so clunky.
She picked off one of the shield batteries, and the Colossus is gonna go down if it doesn't get microed back. No, stabilized by the shield battery.
There it goes.
It does go down. This is, I mean, the Thors are gonna rip through those. The
only
Immortal's
thing...
gonna rip through the Thors.
Yeah.
Really good medevac micro. The one SCV is there. Will it repair the Thor though?
The Thor is lifted now, so it can't. And the bunker was finished a bit too late.
Okay, well at least one Thor is going to be saved. Yeah, the bunker was good. The bunker position was good. There just unfortunately there weren't any Marines left to load into the bunker.
And she still has a rally, so she lost an SCV extra or 2 there. So behind this, she hasn't caught up in workers though, so the workers lost still cost her quite a bit.
Yeah, she hasn't caught up in workers, but she's not too far behind. What she's really behind in though is tech. Although I don't think that Angie had. Oh, did she finish weapons 1? I don't know if she started weapons 1.
She has. Charge and extended thermal lance.
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of unit attack, Angie's got a pretty strong lead, but in terms of upgrades, they're still on even footing.
Yeah, but also production is like, what are we up to? 8 gateways or 6 done and 2 coming in.
A lot of gateways. Another Colossus on the way. We already have 2 Immortals out. We have High Templars out. It would be pretty hard for Chibi to catch up now. Yeah. It was a good attack though. I like the style of it. I like the SCV pull. I like the Thor flare.
Well, the main thing is, I believe, you can never let your opponent just do what they want. So you need to actually put pressure on at some time.
Yeah, she had the pressure with the mines. It just turned out that Angie played really well and she had the Observer out first. She definitely wasn't greedy. Like, she didn't have that many units, but she had 2 shield batteries, she had the Observer. She had everything set up in her favor. Like, the perfect amount of units exactly when she needed them.
Yeah, very true.
It seems like Chibi's gonna play defensively, but playing defensively against a Protoss that's already ahead, I'm not... I don't know. She doesn't really have any good answers right now with her position.
Nah, I can't think of anything either. I mean, sure, if she sort of feigns turtling hard and then gets a ninja expand somewhere or something like that, maybe she can work her way back. But I would say she basically needs to fool Angie into believing something that isn't true in order for...
Chibi basically needs to put up like 10 shield batteries right now.
Bunkers?
No, shield batteries. It's the only way.
But she has no shields to replenish.
She has... I don't care. Thors have mechanical shields.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, the war prism's there, so there's even straight reinforcements. With what was it, 8 warp gates?
Okay, she needs to master. No, that won't help either.
Yeah, the Zealot's already around the bunker, so the SCVs aren't gonna get great service area on that. No, the Thor! Repair the Thor!
Oh, this is just slaughter.
It was a really good attempt, but I guess the mines needed to do more damage, and the timing was just slightly in Angie's favor.
Yeah. And there we have it. So what I've done so far now is sort of have a chat with both players. So let's see if we can get them into this channel. Congratulations, Angie.
Thank you.
Congrats, Angie.
Thank you.
So we'll start talking. On the first map, you had ping against you. Pretty high ping as well. But you managed...
My void ray was like skitzing out. I was like, oh, it's the ping. Yeah.
But you managed to pull through anyway. And get the W there. How long did you realize that Chibi had an expansion going?
Probably after like I pushed into her base and I realized that she wasn't fighting back or anything in her main.
Okay.
I didn't realize, until pretty late.
Okay, so Kate, do you have any questions on the first map?
For the first map, were you going to proxy the void ray further away, or was that first probe just hanging on the high ground so it didn't get scouted from like an early STV or something?
So it didn't get scouted.
Smart.
Stonks.
Okay, so I think we'll move on to the second map. There's
best time to invest in Angie stonks.
So you handled the initial Widow Mind Drop far better than I ever could. Were you prepared for it? Was that the reason you had the cannon there and an observer almost ready? Or I don't know, was it ready by the time the mines actually dropped? Or did it come out? That's not important.
I always get Widow Mind dropped by Terran. So yeah, it's a part of just my natural, that's my 8-minute timing build that I do all the time.
Right?
Were you scared? I mean, like when you had 3 units and there were 2 Thors showing up with a bunch of SCVs, were you scared or were you confident that you would hold it?
I've actually like lost to like people on the ladder against that build before, and I was scared. But then when I picked off the Liberator, I felt a bit better. Yeah, I was a little bit scared.
Okay. And here we have your opponent entering. Hello, Chibi.
Hi.
Hello.
So we were just talking about the second map and the 2 Thor push, and well, it didn't go quite as planned.
It did not.
So are you comfortable controlling Thors? I've heard, for example, Zombie Grab saying that they're so clunky, they never do what you want them to. They're basically the StarCraft 2 version of Dragoons. That last part was my ad-libbing, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think she had a really good defense against both the Mind Drop and the Thor. So it would have been hard to break that.
Yeah. She just said she had experienced that kind of attack quite often on ladder, so and she used to have trouble with it. Isn't that correct, Angie?
Yeah.
So
Imagine if Angie was like, no, it's all lies. What you're talking about.
No, like I always get Widow Mind dropped, like when I verse Terran. All the time. It's such a pain. And like if they kill all your probes, then they just instantly win. Instantly. That's this game.
So
Isn't it easier now to defend Widow Drop now that they're revealed without the armory?
I did have an armory for that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Is the armory? So do Terrans get the armory for the drop, or was your armory for the Thors?
It's for the drop, so the
Oh,
Widowmine.
interesting. Okay, yeah.
does the armor delay the drop, sort of, or
No, if you time it right.
okay? So, anyways, you've played your final matches, and now there's only the grand finals left. Do you have any predictions, or do you want cheer for either or the other over the other? Sort of. You don't have to. I mean, it might be trying to decide who's better among friends and stuff like that. So
Well,
you really don't have to either predict nor cheer for either.
I kind of hope both of them win because, like, well, I mean, like either one. Like, I don't mind if either one win. Like, I'm not cheering for one more than the other because, one, it would be awesome if Lee Fun won because she's kind of the underdog in this situation.
She
She's
is,
only
yeah.
platinum 2. But it would be awesome if Irene won because she's Protoss and she's picked up the game like pretty fast. Well, I'm not sure if she started playing StarCraft when she started streaming, but she's only started streaming quite recently and she's really good. So either or, I'd be happy, really happy if either of them won.
I have to piggyback on Angie's statement. I'm okay with either of them winning. They're both good friends, and I wish the two of them the best of luck.
Aww.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. And Chibi, before you go, this tournament is sort of happening because of you. I don't know if you remember the exact details, but I believe it started with you saying on stream you wanted a tournament for female streamers.
Yeah, and I appreciate you for hosting this. This was a lot of fun.
And I've gotten very much good feedback from several friends of mine. One that owns his own esports studio. So there is quite a good chance there will be a further installment of the SpaceDucK Invitationals with even more production value and hopefully with more time spent on arranging things behind the scenes and having
Right.
a dedicated observer and stuff like that, so things flow a lot better.
Right. Well, I look forward to it.
That's crazy. That's so awesome that you had this idea, Chibi.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny that like most of the girls, like I mean, besides like you and Livy, we're in the same league for the most part, so it's quite interesting.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you contestants now, and Angie first, and then Chibi, to do some self-promotion before we take a small break, and I'll set up for the grand finals.
Okay. My Twitch is AngelineTammi, and so is my Instagram and my Twitter, and that's it.
Same here. It's Chibi Ichigo, Chibi_Ichigo with a 0 at the end. It's the same for Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch as well.
Great, thank you for participating, and I'll make sure to be in touch with you,
Okay,
Angie, probably tomorrow, since I'm assuming you're going to sleep now. What time is it for you?
Yeah, it's 1:53 a.m. So yeah,
Oh my
I'll
goodness.
probably watch the finals just to see.
I can't.
Dedicated.
Yeah, I might stay up as well.
Yeah, I'll come into the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much for participating. It's been an absolute joy having you here.
Well, thanks for having us,
Thank
and thanks again
you.
for hosting.
Good job, both of you.
So
Thanks, guys.
we're going to
GG's,
take
Chibi.
a
Yeah.
6-minute break.
GG.